So, good morning. My name is Gary Armstrong. I'll be your facilitator for probably the next hour or so. What we're going to talk about is conflict management. I've got a little bit of information that I want to put out for you in regards to what conflict is about and how to approach it. We'll talk about empathy, and we'll also talk about being assertive. I use a phrase from Stephen Covey quite often in the courses that I use or teach, and so we'll just put that up here first. So Covey is credited with the phrase, seek first to understand, okay? And then be understood. Now, what typically happens in a conflict situation is that I want to be understood. Right? I put out my information. You need to listen to me. I've got this great idea. This is the way I think it should go. Right? When I do that, I'm operating contrary to what Covey had to say, which is seek first to understand. Right? And so when I step into it, almost any situation, and the very first thing that I do is, you need to understand me, right? All of a sudden I've got the walls up. Right? In order to bring the walls down, the second part is be understood. Right? Pardon me. In order to bring the walls down, I need to be empathetic. I need to ask the question. So what we're going to do here in a moment is I'm going to pair people up and ask you to put this to practice. Right? In doing that, what I'm looking for you to do is just make a comment to somebody across from you, your partner, that will allow them the opportunity to be empathetic, to actually hear what the other person said. Right? I'll teach it like this, but if you're really struggling, lead with the feeling. Remember, as the listener, your task is to be empathetic and to just paraphrase it back. Get that feeling in there. All right? Ready, set, go. So how's it going here? Okay.
So, Cindy, I feel that you shared some personal information about me in a meeting to your colleague Sandra, and I feel very betrayed by it.
Okay, so you think that I betrayed you. You feel upset by the situation. You want to be able to trust me.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Right. From this side, there was I statements being used, which makes it easier over here. It's less inflammatory. So try it one more time, only blame her for it. Right?
Cindy, you shared personal information about me to Sandra in a meeting, and I'm very betrayed by it.
You feel very upset by the situation. You think I betrayed you. You want me to stop sharing your information.
Okay. Did she get it? Okay. All right. That's different, isn't it? Right? When I start saying, you did this, you did that, the emotions rise up. When I'm able to paraphrase and use empathy, the emotions come down. Right? Well done. Well done. All right, how did that go? Good. Comments in regards to that?
So I would say that just like the language was a bit awkward, that it was really awkward to kind of use those words in this context. So I would just say it's a bit awkward.
Yeah, and I teach it like this quite specifically because the next step is about being assertive. Good, all right. Page 53, find another one in your books if that works for you. And ready, set, go.
So how are we doing here?
You change the company's procedures
and that is really causing us a lot. In fact, I'm not happy at all. It's really causing me so much grief.
Okay, so you feel that I changed the way we do our procedures,
Yes.
and you feel that it's going to be detrimental to our business,
Yes,
and you feel very frustrated.
yes,
Okay. So a couple things in there. You got to it at the end, right? But there were a couple of times where you said you feel that, you feel that. When that phrase is getting used, it's actually an expression of thought. Feeling is always one word.
Okay.
And so where you got to at the end where you said you feel frustrated, that's exactly how it should be done.
Okay.
All right? The ones that were leading up, that's an example of us hiding our feelings behind our thoughts, which is common. But the shift and the impact comes from expressing the feeling just as one word.
Okay.
All right?
So you feel I messed up.
No, that's still a
That's still the
thought,
same?
right? You feel that, right?
Oh.
How does she feel? One word.
You feel frustrated.
There you go, right? And that's different, right?
Yeah.
Because now all of a sudden, whew, I have to sit with that,
Yeah.
right?
Think about it.
Right? I have to sit with that. I have to think about it, which is what we're looking for on both sides. We're looking for a shift,
Okay.
right? And that's where people actually understand, appreciate the feeling of the other, right? And all of a sudden, oh, I had no idea.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
So back to it, pick another one on there if you're comfortable, or do that one again, just switch roles and see how it goes.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
All right. So congratulations on that. Well done. All right. Just to wrap things up for you here this morning. All right. Where we went with this was we started off with Stephen Covey. What was Covey's phrase? And then be understood. Right? And so let's watch our language. I think I feel is assertive. You think you feel is empathy. Empathy is what we lead with. And then we manage the conversation back and forth between being empathetic and being assertive. Right? You're the managers. You're the ones that navigate this conflict. Congratulations. Way to go. Well done. Good luck.